Regalion Part 8 The Ever-Looming Threat of an Ever-Present War. Scathe's realm was of such beauty and wonder that to believe such a place exists is almost impossible. Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Cosy Reads. I hope you've all been keeping well. Thank you for joining me again for another story. In today's story, we will carry on with the tale of Regalion, as we join Max and Co in their discussions about Scathe's realm, recounting of their history and the repercussions that this may have for them. As for the amulet, I believe you are correct in your assessment that it is an amulet of the banished. However, without being able to physically see the amulet, I would not be able to give you a proper assessment. I can say that the amulet seems very important, and finding the amulet may place a target on your head, meaning you will have to be very careful or guarded, if possible, Scathe added. Guarded? So does that mean that we will most likely have to keep Bree safe? Max asked. Yes, she is important to the future events that will unfold. I cannot tell how she is important, but just know that it is key that she remains alive, if nothing to find out the secrets of the amulet and its power, Scathe said. I didn't want to bring this up, but I understand the danger I'm in. One of the reasons why I came to find you was because I was attacked. At least I think anyway. It felt like a dream, but now I know all this and more about the daemon. I think I may have been attacked by a daemon. A being appeared in my room recently, and they went for my grandmother's amulet. They were shrouded in some type of dark mist, so I could not fully make them out. But as they went for the amulet, I felt a surge of emotion screaming at me to not let them take it. I screamed, or at least a scream escaped my mouth, and I lunged for the amulet. It then shone and a bright light pushed the being back, giving me time to grab the amulet. I thought it was going to be burning hot from what it did, but it felt right in my hands. I held up the amulet at the being, which backed away from it, now until it finally disappeared. While this only happened a few weeks ago, it prompted me to see if I could find anything in my grandmother's notes as to what I saw, as it felt like a dream, but it also felt so real. That was when I learnt who you were, and made my journey to find you, Bree explained. While she was able to explain her story, it was visible that she was shaken up by the experience. I'm sorry that you had to go through that, Max said, with Scathe explaining that the being does fit the bill of a daemon. It's okay, what's done is done. All I can do is look forward and work alongside you to unravel these mysteries. So if the Reapers are that bad, and we could hypothetically be going up against them, then don't I need training or a weapon at least? I mean, I'm the one who came to you, but that doesn't mean I want to die due to this. Bree asked, looking at everyone as if they could channel years worth of training in a split second. It might not be that bad. Yet, I think you're getting ahead of yourself, Bree. We can't simply take you with us, as we could be putting your life in danger. It would make sense for us to take the amulet and try to find out how to unlock its power, Max replied. While that would be a logical conclusion, I would advise you to take Bree with you. You need to keep her protected, and she's more capable than you may believe. As she explained, she already has had a run-in with the nefarious individuals, and she was able to escape with her life and find you. She is capable enough to journey with you. Her proximity with the amulet and the power of the world may assist in unlocking the secrets of the amulet and her power, Scathe explained. She was oddly serious, almost demanding that Max take Bree with him. Whilst Bree was attacked, and most likely with the type of attack it could be connected to the amulet, he was still unsure as to the feasibility of having Bree with them. But if Scathe was advising it, then he could try for a bit, if nothing else, to ensure that he could protect Bree. We don't have time. Even if you went to Scathe's realm, you may not have time to learn much of anything. And if Scathe believes that you are important, then we may need you. We can't take the risk of not having you with us. I'll do everything in my power to protect you, even if it means laying down my life for you, Max explained with a look of determination and concern. This caused Bree to blush a bit, but she quickly composed herself. Scathe then smiled before answering, Don't count yourself out just yet, little one. Your time will come, and until then I believe Max has a weapon you may be able to use, Scathe replied. Oh yeah, but I don't have it on me. We're going to have to go and retrieve it when we get the chance, Max responded. Scathe looked over at Max and smiled, nodding her head in acknowledgement of what he had just said, adding, The Reapers were created by a shadow group in the government, a group that still believes in the ancient teachings of the unyielding. By the time the populace found out about them, it was too late, and the Reapers were already deployed. There was another reason why the Reapers were created, however. This reason is fully held under lock and key. Not even I can gather the information as to the true reason why the Reapers were made. Scathe explains, even almost sad at the thought of not knowing why the Reapers were created. For a split second, Max saw Scathe look over at him, and he saw genuine sadness in her eyes. Bree then interjected. Alright then, so what I'm getting from this is that this amulet holds power, and the other people who have immense power, aside from the people I've met, are godforsaken. So, do we find them and see if they can activate it? Bree asked while inspecting her amulet. It almost seemed that Bree was no longer freaking out over everything that was going on. That amulet, I believe it is truly meant for you. I will send Jezebel back, as I believe that the amulet is meant for the both of you. Again, I am unsure as to why I feel this way, but I know that Bree and Jezebel are linked, and that amulet holds the key. Scathe then looked over Bree and the amulet before leaving to find Jezebel, and they all sat there, stunned. Max was confused. Scathe never gets involved in stuff like this. She would just give guidance, but to actively get involved by giving Jezebel back, and drop in the revelation that Bree may have power, and that power could be linked to Jezebel. It must be serious to have Scathe this riled up. Celeste seemed to be pondering a few things as she had gone back into Max's body, and he could feel her mind tinkering away. Butcherd was still asleep, his snores loud enough for the neighbours to hear. Max felt like covering his lantern with a blanket just because his snoring was incredibly annoying, a true assault on the ears. Eventually, they came back, and of course, Jezebel jumped onto the call first. Ha! So now you guys want me back, huh? And who says I'm even coming back? I might just stay here and keep training, Jezebel said with a smug look on her face. It was weird, and it took Max a while to come to terms with the idea that Jezebel is essentially a 17-year-old in a 21-year-old body. Well, I mean, we could have liked it if you stayed there with Scathe. We were doing perfectly fine without you, but it seems Scathe wants you gone, Max retorted. Scathe gave a little chuckle, and it was one of those only times that Max had ever seen her laugh, and gave him a weird, warm feeling inside. Hey, Scathe loves me, and she would want me here forever if she could. So there is no point in hiding it. I know that you guys want me back. There is no need to admit it. I'll come back, or else you guys go crazy without me, Jezebel said sarcastically. Then I shall send her back to you. I am sure that she will be happy to return. And Jezebel, remember, you will not be able to come back until you turn 21 in your own realm, Scathe said while collecting Jezebel's things. The call followed them, detailing the process of Jezebel leaving. Max felt saddened as Jezebel said her goodbyes to Scathe, but he knew that they would need her. It brought back memories of when he trained under Scathe, and when he had to leave the pocket dimension. The pocket dimension was always an interesting place. It was so cool how different it was from the world they lived in. Max truly became engrossed in the place, trying to find out more about it, but every time he asked Scathe, she would always turn somber. It was as if remembering a better time, then she would either change the subject or tell him that some things are better left unsaid. Max knew that there was more to the Pocket universe, enough so that it did not completely feel alien to him, and because of this, he wanted to find out as much as he could about that realm, but his only source of information was not willing to share. Wait, so are you saying that when that girl leaves, whatever place she's in, she'll come back to our world and appear younger? That sounds a little far-fetched to me, in fact. That sounds insane. I mean, she looks like a 21-year-old girl. How's she going to go from being 21 to being younger? But then again, that's not the weirdest thing I've heard today, Bree said, realizing that asking such a question would only bring about an answer that she most likely would not understand. Eventually, Scathe opened the exit to her realm, and a doorway of beautiful, dazzling light appeared with symbols and signs aligned around the edge, adding to the ever-present beauty. Scathe's realm was of such beauty and wonder that to believe such a place exists is almost impossible. It was a true Garden of Eden, complete with weird and wonderful flora, many of which had never been seen in any other realms. Waterfalls that go in every direction, with incredible and unimaginable fauna, which raised more questions than answers. Jezebel gave one last hug to Scathe, and waved goodbye before stepping through the exit and appearing back in Max's realm, looking like she had never left. However, she did not appear with Max and the others. In fact, where she appeared would become known to them as time went on. And that brings chapter 8 of the story to an end. I hope you've all been enjoying the series. What are your thoughts on the Reapers and the Daemon, and on Bree's encounter with one? Do you feel you could survive an encounter with the Daemon? And if Reapers existed, would you train to be one? As the ever-present war between Reapers and the Daemon continues, the safety of Max's world will be brought into question. and everyone will have to fight hard to ensure they are not engulfed by it. But until then, I hope you're all sufficiently warmed up and that this story has brought you some level of comfort. I wish you safe travels on the journey of life, and feel free to come back again whenever you need a new story to warm your day.